Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you on this Thursday? Let's see, Thursday, August 6, 2020. Good morning to everybody. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you very much for watching our morning blog video here with me and Hit and Run Candlesticks. I'm Rick Sadler. If you have never met me or anything, nice to meet you. Okay, so looks like the futures are a little bit shaky this morning. So we may see a little bit of shakiness in the market. I've got the SPY up right now. And here yesterday we gapped up, closed relatively well. I mean, bulls are in control. It looks like we're pulling back right about here. It looks like where we're opening up. Keep in mind, let's see, it's 7 here, so hour and a half yet before the market opens. So anything can happen in an hour and a half. And here we are maybe just filling this gap. Not a big surprise on that. Not a big surprise at all. Overall, the market is still bullish. I'm not ready to be big time short, although I do have a couple shorts on, and at the end of looking at some trade ideas, I will cover everything I did yesterday, buys and sells and whatnot. I will go over that. So hope you watch till the end. Thanks. So anyway, let's see here. We're gapping down a little bit. Again, I'm not going to be too bent out of shape over this. Not too bent out of shape. Unless we start breaking down through some trend lines and through some support. Right through here. If we get below 326.80, about 326.80, something like that, we could, that right there might promote trading down here toward, let's move this one up. There we go. That might promote trading down to 319.50 or so, down to test these lows, the July 30 lows. So we'll keep an eye on that, keep very close eyes on that. FNGU, which I think is one of the most important charts to watch right now. Big tech FANG stocks. You can see it's gapping down as well. Looks like we're gapping down somewhere in, again, it's an hour and a half before the market opens, so we're sitting at about 142.50 right now, give or take, and that could change by morning or by market open. I've got this downtrend. I'm sorry, man. Here, I need some coffee. Good grief. Here we go. Okay, that'll be helpful. So I've got this line here, and I think as long as we stay above this uptrend line, and I'm just measuring it from June 29th up here, hit the first pullback low here of July 24th, and then just let it extend up. And as long as we can stay above that, then I'll be relatively bullish. Now, we break down through this line here. I'm afraid I'm going to have to turn a little on the bear side, but anyway, as long as we stay up there, I think we're going to be okay. It's going to get dicey. There's no question about it. It's going to get a little bit dicey. VXX, you can see it's opening up off yesterday's bottom, yesterday's low here. Looks like we're going to open around 27.40 here. Here's a 15-minute chart, and let me change this up, go a little real time on us. There we go. And you can see this morning how we're trying to put in this rounded bottom and then these chart patterns that indicate some bullishness. So, let's be a little bit careful today. We have a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We've made a higher high already. You can see how this rounded bottom is starting to take shape. Now this is just a 15-minute chart. Honestly, until I see something on the daily chart, I'm not going to get too excited. Hourly chart is looking pretty fair, but again, I'm not going to get too excited till I see something on the daily chart. That's clearly a downtrend, and I trade from the daily chart, so I'll look at something there. Now, it's possible That's at some point this morning I put on a VIX trade, VXX trade for just a short-term intraday trade. That's possible, but we'll see. Okay, let's look at some trade ideas here. Where'd they go? There they are. Okay, so one of the trades I've got on the trade list here is Abbott, ABT. Now, I've got some targets up here. Once we get past 102.64, I think we can get to 106 up here. And honestly, oh wait, I thought I had another one there. Maybe not. Well, let's do that. I think we should. Let me make a little adjustment here. There we go. All right, so once we get through 102.65, I'm looking at 106.10, 109.50 up here. And note, when I rattle off numbers, I'm just rounding numbers off. 0.67. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to chase 0.67. So I just round things off. I'm looking at price action anyway, and I'm trading price action along with my goals. So please, if you hear me rattle off a number and it doesn't match that, that's why. All right, with ABT here, right in here, you can see we broke out. Nice little breakout. And then we kind of danced around. Price action did a little dance in here. Then we popped up a little higher, and now we're coming back, and it looks like we've put in a little price action support. And then yesterday we had a nice candle close up on some pretty decent volume here. So what I'm looking for is follow through. Now, one thing that does concern me a little bit is the fact we have this high, and this is where we close. So I am a little concerned about that, but it's real simple. We need to get above this 102.64. Now, I did enter this yesterday, and I will talk about a little bit more about it at the end of this video. NLY, if anyone's looking for a stock under $10, NLY might be one that you're looking at. NLY has a very nice trend working here. Our trend indicator has gone from red to green, so it's swung, like right here. We swung to the green side. We're swinging to the red side, swinging to the bullish side. So bullish, bearish, bullish. And here we are flattening out the last 1, 2, 3, 4 bars up here. We're flattening out, consolidating, resting. That's the type of chart pattern that I like to look for. Let's just put a buy box in there like that. So what I'm going to do is look for buying inside this area, and I'm going to actually raise that up just a little bit. I'll look for buying inside this area, the type of entries I like to make. I'll get those entries from the scanner. This is my 3 of my windows. I've got a dozen or so windows up. And this is just 3 of them, 3 of my favorites that I like to look at. And what I'll do is these will be on the alert. When I see an alert that buyers are stepping in, then if I decide to trade this chart, then I will step in as well. On a breakout of $6.65 or so up here, then I'm looking about 810 and about 850 on some follow through, and we've got a couple of nice base hits up there. As far as a stop goes, I'm going to be looking at 2 days ago. This is yesterday's, the previous day's candle. So I'm going to be putting my stop somewhere around the $7.33 area. I like the chart because it's held up right here, and I would not like the chart if it fell down out of this area, and this area is marked by the low of this bearish candle right here. MRO is pulling back, and I'm very happy to see that. Now what I'm going to do is watch price action. Let's see here. Let's move this over. So what I'm going to do is keep an eye on price action and let this chart pull back. Now, here's what we're looking for in a chart. We're looking for the rally up, and you see that's what we have here. I'll just mark it out like that. Then we're looking for the pullback right here. That's what we're looking for. And then we're looking for a little bit of basing. Could be just a day even or 2 days. And then we're looking for those bulls to start showing up. So those candles that close greater than they're open inside this area, that gives me that'll give me the indication that bulls are starting to step back in, and then that's where I will look to buy, and ideally we'll move up like this. We're looking for 630 and then about 750, and there certainly is room for a base hit here around $6.80. So what I'm looking for is a pullback. It looks like we're pulling back very nice today. Now we just need that chart pattern to stabilize down here and to see those buyers come in. URI, this is another nice looking trade. I really like this trade. Let's put a line right through here. There you go. We've got these highs over here June 8th, and you can see we came up and tested it, looks like on July 23rd, and now yesterday we broke out. So what this tells me, the bulls are ready to take us up higher. The probabilities are looking that way. And right now I'll be looking at 174.60, and then possibly up to 188.60 up there. Now that we've broken out, what I would like to see, and it looks like we're going to open up right at the high of today. So let's put our buy box in there, and I'm going to go a little bit higher than where we closed, and I'm going to come down. Well, I'll just come all the way down to that 165.82. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to watch this chart. The way I'm going to do it is using the live trading alert scanner, simply because I watch a lot of stocks during the day. Even if you watch 10, you're watching a lot, and you can't see every stock all the time. You can't see every chart all the time. Well, I guess you could if you had, a lot of monitors and different charts up. But what I'm going to do is sit back patiently, drink some coffee. When the scanner starts alerting me that the buyer's stepping in, if we get down at this area, I will step in with them. If even breaking out, if it shows that the buyers are breaking out, I'll be able to see that through the scanner, and then I may jump in there. And we're looking at 174.60 and then that 188.60. Another chart I'm looking at is CAR. These are all charts, by the way, we're putting on the watch list. Doesn't mean that I'm going to trade every one of them, not at all. I'll trade the ones that are moving or the ones that I catch, and I certainly miss plenty of them. But I thought I would just share this with everybody. Just keep in mind, I'm just putting them on my watch list. They are not recommendations to buy. Please use your own rules, your own conditions. If you need a little help, give us a jingle. We will try to help you. CAR may be trying to turn the corner here a little bit. I'm just going to take from here and draw this up. Basically, what I'm trying to do is just capture this low and this low. And I'm going to start that as my uptrend line. I have a downtrend line on here, and you can see the symmetrical triangle that we're putting in. Symmetrical triangle where it's even, pretty much just moving straight to the right. We've got a little gap up yesterday. Great little candle yesterday. Terrific volume yesterday. Little bit of bot buying in there. I get it. Anybody that buys or wants to buy inside here, I get it. If it starts to break down, well, it's like having a built-in stop. You know not to be in it if it breaks down below that trend line. On the other hand, if it breaks to the outside or upside, then you're golden. There's also traders that are going to want to wait for it to break out. And I totally understand that. Two different types of trades here, one inside this area and then one on the breakout and test. Any way you look at it, we're looking for bulls to remain in control, and we're looking for chart to ultimately do the breakout. More than likely, it will consolidate, and then we'll look for 35 and a quarter, 39.20 up here as possible targets. And honestly, let's see here. Let's put another target around that 44.30 up here on CAR. NIO. Now, NIO was on the watch list a few days ago. We bought NIO down here. I sold NIO yesterday because I was a little nervous of yesterday's candle, but I also bought it back yesterday. I'm sorry, wait a minute. I got my yesterdays mixed up. I tell you what, since I'm in this, let's talk about this at the end of the video, okay? All right, so NIO is trending up here now. We can see the trend indicator here, how it's trending and bending to the upside. We did pop up day before yesterday, stabilized above our little horizontal line, and then yesterday we opened up below the line and closed above, indicating that the bulls are still around and they're outnumbering the sellers. It kind of looks like this morning we're going to open up around yesterday's close. And I'm still looking for 1:15:30 and I'm sorry, 15:30 and 16:75 as targets. Alrighty. IAG. All right, IAG is, let's see, pre-market. Well, doggone it. Looks like we're up pre-market here just a little bit around that 544 mark. I'm still looking for IAG to get to 560 and 610 up here, so I'm looking for an entry. The problem that I'm going to have is I do not want to chase it, so I will find the best thing I can do. Let's just watch how it opens. That actually may not be chasing it right through there. Let's put up the buy box. And I'm going to start here, go up to about there. So I'm going to look to enter somewhere in that green box and looking for 562. So that's about 6%. And then up here to 611. That's about 16% on the stock trade. If you trade options on that, of course, it'll be more. So IAG is looking pretty good. Of course, all those metals, golds, silvers, they've really been looking good lately. BB, BlackBerry. You know, every time I see BlackBerry, I shake my head. I didn't even, sometimes I forget they're even in business. I don't get it. But they're there, and we might as well try to make a little money on it. So with BlackBerry, I'm seeing somewhat of a bottom being formed here. So we have a low, high, higher low. We did not make a higher high, so let's do this. Let's come up here. We're going to draw a line from here, from these tops to this top, bring it down, and you can see we broke out yesterday. So I'm all about that. 4 little dojis in here, right there with good long tails on them, indicating the sellers have tried to take them down, but the bulls came back and propped them right back up. That's a bullish move. So that's why this is on the chart. We can also draw a line from this high, touch this one, and then just extend it. And you can see we've broken out here. So now what I'm looking for is this uptrend to continue. And with continuation, let's take a look at $5.30 for a nice little base hit on this. 8%, 8.5%, followed by up here at 560 or so. Okay, PAAS, one of the silver stocks, also looking pretty good. Looks to me like it's headed up to 41.40, then to 43.15 up here. Looks like we're going to open up about $40.30 or so. So I think what I'm going to do is move this up. box in yesterday's candle. I think I am. There we go. Box in yesterday's candle. So I'll be looking for an entry inside this area here. And I would also think that let's put another target up here. I think doable up here, 48.30. I think that might be doable. So what I'm going to look for, entry in this area here, even possibly on that breakout. If I do that, the 41.40 is not going to be any kind of a profit-taking area at all. But we do need to get through it before we can get to this 43.15 area. Watch for some consolidation, might add some money to it, might even take some off. We'll see how the market is acting. And then we'll look at 48.30 up here for what I would call a final trade for my trading. The last one I have, and then we'll look at some trades that I made yesterday, buys and sells, and then we're going to call it a day. So Ford looks like it's trying to move up. Let's draw a trend line up here from this low to these lows. You can see that the chart pattern, we're up, and then just some gobbling around up here. Nothing snazzy. A little profit taking here, a little profit taking. Now the bulls are starting to come back in, and I think we're looking at something around 750 to 780. Test these tops up here. So we might be watching Ford. Might look to get in it. One of our members are in Ford, and he's really been talking about it, and it is starting to look good. So had to put Ford on the watch list. Alrighty, let's take a look at some trades I did yesterday. And here's the trading room, by the way. There's the trading room. So we're live in here when the market opens. And I post my buys and sells. And they're always up here in this top area. The bottom area is where members can ask questions, chat, and whatnot. So yesterday, what I did is I had sold Bank of America. I was a little nervous. Yesterday, I decided actually to buy it back, so I bought the November calls, 22 strike. I also bought that Abbott. Now let's move this over for a minute. I showed you this morning, and this is on the watch list this morning. So I bought Abbott yesterday, and I bought Abbott around that 165 mark, somewhere around right in there on the chart. Now what I did is I bought Abbott November calls 92.50 strike is what I did on that. Currently up on Abbott just 7%, nothing real big, but it's nice to be green on it. I also closed my XRT. I closed my XRT trade for 31%. I also closed my NEM trade for 30%. And that's just a reminder on a webinar. And I bought NIO November strike calls yesterday. Be careful of earnings on that. So let's go to NIO. And that's one on today's watch list. Earnings on the 11th, so next week. So keep your eyes on that earnings. I don't know whether you want to hold them or not. I haven't decided whether I am. But let's just watch the chart. And if it gets up here before earnings, I'm out anyway. And let's see. I also bought XLF, the September calls, 23 strike. And I bought DFS calls, October 45 strike. And I'll update you tomorrow. Tomorrow. It might be Saturday before I can update on anything. I'm going to be out all day tomorrow. So it might be Saturday before I can do any update here on these. And also members, when I post these up here, members also get alert on their smartphone of everything we do. So if you're out golfing or fishing or sleeping in, whatever you're doing, you'll get these alerts that look just like this on your smartphone. So, all right, that is the trade ideas. That is our video blog. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I want to thank you very much for listening and watching the blog. Remember, if you like what you see, give us the thumbs up. And if you subscribe, you'll never miss a video that we put out. Thank you, my friend. All right, we'll see everybody in the trading rooms. All right, you guys take care. Have a great day.